Hey everyone, Jason Barrett here from Backbeat Online Drum School, where I'm helping new students achieve their dreams of being a rock, pop, and country drummer. Today I've got a tip for you that has little to do with your job as a drum player, but everything to do with the job of being a working musician. Whether you're just learning to play or have been out there gigging for a while, I want to share a simple idea that will improve your stock. So, reason number 582 of why you aren't getting more gigs: you're not showing up to the gig on time. This is probably one of the most underappreciated aspects of doing your job well. Yes, I know it sounds like a no-brainer, but this can be a really big deal in terms of how professional you're perceived by the band leader, your fellow musicians, the club manager, etc., etc. The misconception is that this is all about managing your own time, but this has less to do with managing yourself and way more to do with how you affect the timeline of others. Example: the call time for you to arrive at your gig is 5 o'clock, and the first downbeat is scheduled for 6 o'clock. You're the drummer, and you know it only takes you about 15 minutes to get your drums, your hardware, and cymbals all set up. Let's say you're stuck in traffic and you're running 15 minutes late. No problem, right? By that math, you'll still arrive with plenty of time to get your gear set up and still have time to hang out before the show. Here's the problem: you're only calculating time within your own universe. Let's put yourself in the shoes of the band leader for a second. They also have a call time of 5 o'clock, and they've arrived on time or early. They go about their business with things such as checking in with the manager of the venue. They'll discuss things like payment, parking validations, whether the band is going to have a tab for food and drink, how the business is going on nights when your band is playing. The list goes on and on. The point is, they've got work to do while the band sets up. The leader checks in with the other musicians that have arrived on time, and then he or she probably has to get their own gear set up and ready to go too. If you, the drummer, are unaccounted for at this point, a few things start to happen that will negatively affect you. For one, the band leader has to spend time thinking about you. You don't want that. You don't want this person to have the thought pop in his head of, "I wonder why Jason isn't here." Why? Because it makes this person focus on things that are within your responsibility, not theirs. Now, this person might stop what they're supposed to be doing to pick up their phone and call or text you. Again, you may know you're only running a few minutes behind, but the leader has no idea, and they're ultimately responsible for making sure that the show flies on time. Worse yet, the club manager is bound to notice that the drums, which are usually the largest rig on stage, aren't being put up. If this person's laid back, they may not say anything, but if they're anxious about things, you can bet that they'll approach your band leader and ask if things are running behind schedule. And if and when that happens, let me tell you, now you've got an anxious manager who sees signs of untrustworthiness in your band, and you've got a band leader that has just been put on blast who is bound to be annoyed. If this all sounds like an unlikely chain of events, then you might also find that it's been difficult for you to hold on to a gig. Timeliness matters, not only to ensure that things run on schedule, but it also matters in a big way as far as how you are perceived as a professional and someone who is concerned about the overall performance of your band as a team. At best, your punctuality might only affect you and your likelihood of being hired again. At worst, it might affect the overall brand of your band and could affect your fellow musicians and the stock and employability of the band. The bottom line is, it's best for everyone, not just you, when you arrive a few minutes early to your gig. If you can't be early, please be on time. And if you can't be on time, be sure to call your band leader and let them know you're running late and when you'll be there. Then figure out what the circumstances were that made you run late and course correct to prevent it in the future. Showing up on time is extremely key to your likelihood of being seen as reliable, trustworthy, and considerate, and will do wonders towards keeping you on the first call list with ongoing gigs or when new opportunities arise. I'd love to know your thoughts on this idea. Leave me a comment below and let me know if you have questions about the business of playing music that I can take some time to explain. I'm here to help you succeed. Keep on playing and have a great day.